Hey, it's TaxQuips time from TaxMama.com. Today, TaxMama hears from Lisa in the TaxQuips Forum who wants some clarification. She says, is there any way to amend an old tax return and receive a refund after the 3-year limit? I think you briefly touched on this in the CPE Link webinar last week. Well, my friends, the reason Lisa is asking about this is that IRS only issues refunds if you file your tax return within 3 years of the due date or if you amend a tax return within 3 years after it has been filed. If you notice a major error after that time frame or you file more than 3 years after the return is due, the U.S. Treasury simply keeps your money. So, is there a way to get around this time limit? How did TaxMama manage this? Well, the only ways to get a refund beyond the 3-year filing limit are 1. Hardship. If the person couldn't file the amendments or the taxes because they were ill or dying or spending full time caring for somebody who was ill or dying, that kind of thing might help. Or 2, the money that was paid in for the taxes was not a tax payment. It was a deposit. In my client's case, he paid $10,000 or so with each year's extension without really having any idea of his liability. He should have labeled it a deposit for a specific tax form and year rather than a tax payment by writing deposit on the check and including a cover letter that spells out that this is not a tax payment. That would have been the correct thing to do to protect his right to that money. But even without that, in his case, based on the large amounts of payments he sent in every year, without filing, it was obvious he was just throwing money into the pot without any computations. You can find some information about the procedure to identify something as a deposit in the collections process here in this link. You can use a similar method to make estimated tax payments as well. Although cash deposits don't earn interest, you can get a refund of these funds in the long run. They also stop the running of interest on the taxes due for the year to which the deposit is designated, and if you've covered all the taxes potentially due, they'll also help you avoid underpayment penalties. And remember, you can find answers to all kinds of questions about getting around the refund rules and other tax issues free. Where else? At TaxMama.com.